मारती हूँ, that kind of a thing. And the other one is हम खेल रहे हैं, and they're playing the ball, and she threw it to me. So that's how we, there's a difference and the meaning of the sentence changes. So let's look at two more sentences. We were on time for the movie, and we were in time for the movie. So what is the difference between on and in being interchanged? When we say we were on time for the movie, it means something like we bought the tickets for the movie, say for a 5:30 show, and then we all reached the movie hall on time. We reached there well before 5:30. We entered the movie hall, we bought our popcorn, वगैरह, we went and sat, we were on time. But when we say we were in time for the movie, it means that we just about reached the movie hall by 5:25. We had to run. We didn't miss the beginning. We just, thank God, we didn't miss the beginning of the movie. Bhag bhag ke we reached there on time, in time, and we just managed to make it in time. So see how the words of interchanging it on and in can make a difference and actually change the meaning of the sentence. That's why these prepositions are so important, and it's important to use it correctly. Let's do another example. I shouted at her and I shouted to her. Again, both the sentences are correct here, but both of them have different meanings. I shouted at her means I scolded her, I fired her, I told her off. मैंने बहुत डांटा. When we say that, that's what we mean. I shouted at her. When we say I shouted to her, it means I alerted her. I shouted out to her. Maybe she can't hear very well. Maybe she's an elderly person. Or maybe I'm telling her, careful, there's a car behind you. Be careful. So I'm shouting out to her. So you see the difference in this sentence also. When you use at and when you use to, and how the meaning can change. They're two small words, but the meaning has changed completely. So there are the most commonly used prepositions are these 6 that you can see in group 1 and group 2, on, at, and in. And the second group is of, to, and for. So to make it easier for you, we'll split it into 2 videos. So let's watch the videos for both the groups. We'll begin with the first group, which is on, at, and in.
We'll focus on the prepositions we use almost all the time and learn to use them correctly. We use at, on, in when we talk about things and time or location. A trick to remember this is, we use at with small specific times and places for things near us. At 4 p.m. At noon. At the mall. At my sister's, too close to us, and not too far. On Wednesday. On 15th July. On Mahatma Gandhi Road. And in is used when we talk about larger, more general times and places. In September. In winter. In 1996. In Kolkata. In India. In the world. So let's look at some more examples. Dev usually shaves at 7 a.m. Krishna likes to jog at night. Our basketball match is on Sunday. Soma was born on 14th August 1995. I am going to graduate in 3 years. The leaves start falling in winter. We can use at, on, or in to show location. Just remember the same pyramid, and let's look at some more sentences. I eat my breakfast at the dining table. Sheila works at Axis Bank. The picture is on the desk. I live on Nagar Street. Sham lives in Canada. I dropped it in the mailbox. Some of these words do not show the position directly, and that is when it might get a bit confusing. Some more examples. We will work at Maya's house. They are having dinner at the restaurant. We will have a class on Wednesday. Her birthday is on January 1st. Her birthday is in January. We got independence in 1947. Pay attention to each of these examples. She is at the building. She is in the building. The man threw the garbage at the bin. The man threw the garbage in the bin. The teacher got angry on him. The teacher got angry with him. It would be nice if we could say, yay! Now you know and understand the difference between at, on and in, and you will never make any mistakes. But in English, there are so many different ways of using these prepositions that even if you know some basic rules, there is still a big chance of making mistakes. The only way is the Matra mantra of practice, practice, practice. Any questions? Clarifications? Come straight to Matra's discussion boards. Matra MCQ practice exercises are a quick way to get more practice. Download Matra's printable handout for more detailed tips.
Yes, so you can see there are examples and more examples. Like I showed you before, the video to how the meaning can change. But the only short way to get this correct is with repeated practice. Because like someone said, English is a very funny language.
Because English is a very funny language.
Yes, English is a very funny language. So coming back to prepositions, let's watch the video on group 2 of the prepositions that we are doing today, of, to, and for. Again, you know these words very well too, and the video we will watch will help you know where you might be using them correctly. So let's watch this together.
Let's look at some more prepositions with examples. Of. The important part of the show is at the beginning. The last page of the book is torn. That is the trick of the trade. He always dreamt of being a film star. 2. I am returning to home. She told to him to pass the bag. We listen music. I am returning home. She told him to pass the bag. We listen to music. The word to is often used and there are a lot of mistakes in its usage. The reason is that there is no rule for usage of this word correctly. The secret to success is practice. I am going to the gate. The passport was sent to him yesterday. The shop is open from 9 to 11. The road led to the restaurant. The price of onions went up to ₹90. My answer to your question is in the envelope. Do not react to every little thing that they say. The office is open from Monday to Saturday. 4. The computers are set up for trial. She baked a cake for your birthday. The notice on the board is for your information. She has been studying hard for the final exam. We are very happy for you. The only way to use prepositions correctly is to practice, practice, practice. Believe me, everyone who speaks English fluently has no idea why and how they use prepositions correctly. It's just constant use of the language. With practice, it will come to you naturally and correctly. You are always welcome to ask any questions on Matra's discussion boards. Matra's MCQ practice banks help you practice what you have learned.
Okay, so that was some more on these three words now. The other preposition is the word to, that is used incorrectly very often. And we are paying extra attention to this word because this is a very confusing one to use it correctly. And because of that, most mistakes are made with the word to. That's the reason there is a full video on only this word. I'll give you an example. Like, in Hindi, if we say, usko pani do, then what happens is that we translate into English and we say, give to him water. And that's where it goes wrong. So let's watch the video and see what it says.
We hear the wrong usage of the word to a lot, but practice will take care of it for you. Here are some sentences which you most definitely do not use the word to. My house is opposite to the bank. Tell to him your story. Hear to the teacher. Give to her water. Say to him to keep quiet. My house is opposite the bank. Tell him your story. Listen to the teacher. Give her water. Tell him to keep quiet. Too much practice is never too much. You will only get better. Matra's discussion boards, the place to ask any questions on this video. Matra MCQ practice banks give you practice to make your language perfect.
So since you watched that video, now let's practice some sentences where mistakes are very common while using this word. Yeah. So, look at these sentences where in all of them, the word to has been used incorrectly. So the correct way to say it would be, I'm going home, or he is going abroad to study. Tell me the story. I will teach you music. And let's look at these other examples where we can use it correctly. I want to go to the market. Have you been to Mumbai? We like to listen to music. Open your book to page 45. If you just look at these sentences, you will see that why we make the mistakes in the first. I'm going home. मैं घर जा रहा हूँ. और वो, we say that मैं घर जा रहा हूँ. We feel that we have to say the word to because we are going home. So we say I'm going to home. But then again, there is no rule over here why you don't use to and why you use to. So that's the reason why this becomes so confusing, and we need a lot of practice so that we use it correctly. Let's watch a video now. Having moved away from prepositions, we are doing commonly made mistakes today. So after the these little words on, in, at, of, to, for, and the word to, we will do a video now on the words my and mine. This is another very common mistake we make when we write and we speak, and let's correct that.
If you know the difference between the words my and mine, you will never make mistakes while using them. This is my house. It is mine. Your marks are better than mine. Mine, we use it when we mean something belongs to me. It is always mine. It never becomes mine's. This is mine's house. Your marks are better than mine's. And very often, it is the last word in the sentence. The supervisor took her ID card and mine. This phone is mine. Veena is a friend of mine. The pleasure is mine. She has a great collection of books, but mine are even better. I will give her my number. My car is in the garage. The supervisor took my ID card. When we use my, it is used to show something that belongs to me, and it is always followed by a person, place, thing. When we use the word mine, it is never followed by a person, place, thing. Get more familiar with English. Matra's discussion boards are a great place to do so. Practice makes you perfect, and the Matra MCQ practice banks are a great way to practice.
Yeah, so the explanation was quite simple, right? Where you use my, where you use mine, and how mines is not the right word. Mines would mean something like, your iron ore mines or your coal mines. That's the only place where it takes an S. When you're talking about anything for yourself, like my or mine, you only say mine. You do not say mines. Now let's watch some words with some very, very confusing words in English. So we are now get ready for some real confusion, okay? All right, so let's go. Now there are three groups of very confusing words. The first group is where it's the same pronunciation, but the spelling is different and the meaning is different. Like you say bore and bore. Now this is easy because the spellings are different. B-O-R-E, bore. I'm sure you all know what bore is. Bore ho raha hu, bore ho raha hu, bore ho rahi hu. That's a normal thing among everybody. Okay. So B-O-R-E, bore. And B-O-A-R, bore, is an animal. And both the words are pronounced in the same way. Now for the second group. Okay. Here it's different pronunciation, same spelling and different meaning. So you have wind and the second one is wind. So we mean cool wind and we say wind the clock, but both are spelled as W-I-N-D. One is wind and one is wind. Now the third group, same pronunciation, same spelling, but different meaning. L-I-E, lie, and again L-I-E, lie. So tell a lie as in a jhoot, and the other one is lie as in lie down. So let's watch a video on group 1 now, which is same pronunciation, different spelling and different meaning.
There are many words which have different spellings, different meanings, but same pronunciation. So let's look at some of these words. I know the way. This chapter makes no sense to me. We ate our fruit after lunch. I have to catch the bus at 8 o'clock. There are 7 days in a week. I am too weak to walk. Wait for me at the cinema hall. My weight has gone down as I am on a diet. We must know what is right and what is wrong. Write down the things you cannot remember. I will finish my work in an hour. We should do our duties with commitment. To stop your car, press the brake. You have worked hard. Now take a break. There is a lot to learn through the game on Matra's discussion boards. The Matra MCQ Practice Bank has short exercises to help you put your lesson to practice. Get Matra's printable handouts for more reference.
So now got confused a bit. All right, more confusion coming up in the second group of confusing words. Same spelling, different meaning, and different pronunciation. Let's watch it.
Same spelling, but different pronunciations and different usages. Examples are the best way to learn, so let's go for it. Bow and bow. Often, we bow our heads to show respect. The hunters used a bow and arrow in the past. Read and read. One must read the question paper carefully. I read about the incident in the newspaper. Minute and minute. I will be with you in a minute. Minute creatures can be seen well under a microscope. Come over to Matra's discussion boards and get clarifications. Practice what you have learnt with Matra MCQ practice banks. Get your Matra printable handouts to clear up many more confusing words like these.
And now the third group, which have same pronunciation, same spelling, and different meanings.
Same spelling, same pronunciation, different meaning. There are many words like these. Bank. I have an account in a private bank. I hope I can bank on you. The word bank here means depend. We built our tent near the river bank. Key. The cupboard key is under the pillow. Hard work is a key to success. Book. A book is a great birthday gift. We will book tickets for the 5 p.m. show. Cheap. We got the shoes really cheap in the sale. The shoes were of cheap quality. Bear. The polar bear is a beautiful animal. He can't bear the heat in the month of May. Remember the Matra mantra. Make practice your best habit. Spellings, vocabulary, correct usage. there is a lot to learn through the game on Matra's discussion boards. Practice what you have learned with Matra MCQ practice banks. Get Matra's printable handouts for more reference.
So please note that all these 3 videos with the confusing words, same this, different that, have all got printable handouts. Like, you know that these are the Power Minute videos, so they are short. We can't cover all the hundreds of words which are, like this in English. So this gives you an idea about, how it is used, the different ways of a few words. But the printable handouts have a lot of information. So look at them and you'll find the link just under the video for the particular topic. So once you understand and practice the usage of these words, it will clear the confusion further. Okay, now we are going to do some more confusing words. O-U-G-H. There are many words in English which have O-U-G-H in the spellings, like though, through, cough, rough, plow, ought, thorough. Can you see? All these words have O-U-G-H in them. But this O-U-G-H, in each of them were pronounced differently. Let's look at this strange thing in English now. So we have 7 columns and we have cough, tough, though, through, thought, thorough, plow. O-U-G-H is pronounced in 7 different ways here. And there is yet one more way to pronounce an O-U-G-H word, but that is a shocker. So we'll do that separately at the end of this topic. So let's take one word at a time now. C-O-U-G-H is cough. It rhymes with the word off. Many people say cough and cold, but it is cough and not cough. So C-O-U-G-H is cough, which rhymes with off. So you can say, I have a bad cough, but I don't have COVID. Next, tough. T-O-U-G-H is tough. It rhymes with the word puff. And because it is tough, that's one of the reasons possibly that people say cuff instead of cough, because they think that it rhymes with tough, but that is cough and this is tough, both with O-U-G-H. But for tough, the O-U-G-H rhymes with puff. Okay, the pronunciation of these words can be confusing and tough. All right, let's look at the third one. T-H-O-U-G-H. This is not tough. T-H-O-U-G-H is though. It rhymes with the word go. So O-U-G-H sounds like O. We must wear our masks even though we are keeping a safe distance. Let's look at column number 4 now. T-H-R-O-U-G-H. Thruff? Though? No. Here, O-U-G-H has the sound of oo. So this is through. The GH is completely silent. It is through. And it rhymes with the word to. We went through 5 tunnels on our way to Jaipur. That's how we'd use this word. Okay, now we've done with 1, 2, 3, 4. Cough, tough, through, though and through. Let's look at number 5. T-H-O-U-G-H-T. Thought. Here O-U-G-H takes the sound of awe and thought becomes T-H-O-U-G-H-T becomes thought and rhymes with not. See, it's getting quite funny, right? It's strange how this O-U-G-H is changing in every column. So here we'd use a sentence like, I thought I left my phone at your place. The next column. T-H-O-R-O-U-G-H. This is not tharaf. Thara. O-U-G-H over here becomes a, like a bat or a ball, and the word is pronounced thara. I revised the chapter thoroughly for the test. And the last one on this page is P-L-O-U-G-H, plow. Here, O-U-G-H sounds like ow. So the word plow rhymes with how. Now that we know that O-U-G-H sounds like is different in every column, let's do some more words that sound similar. So in column 1, we have trough. T-R-O-U-G-H is trough. It rhymes with cough. A trough is a tray where food is kept for animals in a farm. Tough. In the column for tough, the words that sound the same are rough and enough. These two also rhyme with puff and the main word, which is tough. Let's look at the third column now. Though. What rhymes with though? The words do and although. All these words rhyme with go. So the O-U-G-H takes the sound of O and do. Let's look at column number 4. Through. No other O-U-G-H word rhymes with this. And thank goodness for that, because there's less confusion, which takes us to the next column, which is thought. Here we have bought, brought, fought, ought. All these words rhyme with thought or not in column 5. If you look at the next one, thorough, there are no words which rhyme with this also, thankfully. So at least little less confusion there. And the last column, rhyming with plow or how, is the word bow. There's also another word called drought. Now here, drought has a T at the end, so technically it does not rhyme with how, but this word is here because the sound of O-U-G-H in this word rhymes with how. So drought. What is a drought? A drought is a famine situation. You know, when there is a famine and there is no food and water and people are starving, that is what is a famine. So drought is a famine situation. So there is a very interesting pattern in these 7 columns. 6 out of these 7 words for O-U-G-H have words that begin with T. So we have tough, and then we have trough, then though, thought, through, thorough. So we have 7 of these O-U-G-H words with different sounds, but they begin with T. So tough, throw, though, thought, through, thorough. See, they're all different. Tech Rohit says, ma'am, these words are limited or not. So we can learn. These words are limited. I'm not sure I understand what you mean, but keep your questions for later. We will look at them. Yeah, just keep it in mind what exactly you mean. We'll discuss it in the question and answer session. Okay, so quite a coincidence, right? That 6 of the 7 begin with T. But you remember I had said there are 8 ways of pronouncing O-U-G-H. We've done 7 so far. And I said there was a shocker. So let me show you the strangest one now. It's Hatke, and there is no other O-U-G-H word like this. It's H-I-C-C-O-U-G-H. What is this? Kickoff? No. It's like none of the other 7 sounds. H-I-C-C-O-U-G-H is hiccup. You know what's a hiccup, right? Hitchki. Oh, oh. You all keep getting, and then you know you have to drink water to get the hitchki to go. Yes, those are hiccups. Thankfully, many people now accept hiccup as an H-I-C-C-U-P as the correct spelling. So, bach gaya. You know, at least we can get away with that. But if you ever see H-I-C-C OUGH anywhere, you will know that it is a hiccup and nothing else, just a little hitchkey. All right. With that, let's just do a review of OUGH in 8 different words. Though, through, cough, rough, plow, thought, thorough, and hiccup. But then again, English is a funny language, right? Let's see why Amitabh Bachchan said that funny language dialogue in the movie. Let's watch that. Yeah, so you saw that, why it is a funny language. Baron, Bhairon, I don't know what he was saying. Yeah, he can speak very fluently. He's a fantastic actor. There's no doubt about it. But I think he brought out, the confusion in the English language very, very clearly in this movie. You all must have watched it. It's an old movie for you all, but it was a very, very funny movie. Okay, all right. So now it's time for pronunciation of the pronunciation section. I hope you're practicing pronunciation from this video. Let's do 4 more words from this list today. All right, so the first word that we have is quiet. Split the words into 2 parts. Quiet, it means silence, to keep quiet. So repeat after me, quiet. That's right, repeat it 1 more time, quiet. All right, see, you see the word ends with ET, so we are pronouncing that part and saying quiet. All right. Now, the next word is quite. Now, this word and the previous word are very similar, or so we think, but the pronunciation is different. One is quiet in 2 parts, and this is quite in 1 part. So this has only 1 part, and we say quite, and we use it in sentence like, it's quite a nice song, or it's quite cold now, so it's quite. The previous one, like I said, was in 2 parts, quiet. So let's say the second word now. Repeat after me, quite. Repeat once again, quite. And now let's repeat the first one, quiet. And now let's do the second one, quite. Okay, all right. The third word for the day is cucumber. Many people say cucumber, but the correct pronunciation is cucumber. Repeat after me, cucumber. Once more, cucumber. All right, let's go to the fourth word, dengue. Many people say dengue or dengue, like the word argue, but it is dengue. Repeat after me, dengue. One more time, dengue. All right. So you've got those 4 words for today, quiet, quite, cucumber, dengue. Which now brings us to the MCQ practice session. It'll all be on the videos that we watched today. I'm going to put the link in the chat box, and the link is there for you. You can click on it and begin your practice and form for attendance. Section 1, as usual, is for all your important information. Your time begins now. My request to you is please put in your information correctly. It's shocking to see that you all put your college name and university registration number instead of your own name. So please do that correctly. The classroom code is the Google Meet name. It's 08YF201. 08YF201. That's the classroom code. I've also put it in the chat box, and you'll get your scores, when you hit submit. And please put in your email address correctly. Gamla, Gamila, Jimla, Gamli, I don't know what all you all write instead of Gmail, and then all the emails bounce back when we release the scores. So please put in the information correctly, and you have your 20 minutes which have already begun. Let's move on now. So it's activity time now, and today we are going to play a game called What's the Good Word? Now this was a very popular TV game in the 1970s. You know, that time there was black and white TV, and it was a very, very popular program. It was hosted by this lady called Sabira Merchant, who is now in her 90s, but oh my goodness, what English! Fabulous English. She spoke so well, and you know, she's if you look her up on Google, you might be able to listen to her. Absolutely fabulous speaking. So yeah, so today we'll play this game, What's the Good Word? And it is to increase our vocabulary. Okay, vocabulary, you know what it means. It means that increasing the number of words we know and how we use it. So we'll play this in 2 segments. Segment 1 is a warm-up segment. It's a fairly easy segment, but it's for you to get an idea of what we're doing. So what we're going to do is that we will give you a statement, and then we will give you a clue. You know what a clue is, right? A hint. So to help you get the correct answer. Now in the first segment, I will give you a part of the segment, sentence, and you will have to choose from 4 of the given answers. Now the thing is over here is you might find it very easy, but what I want you to do is when you put the correct answer in the chat box, I want you to copy it correctly. Don't copy it with spelling mistakes. Copying it correctly with the correct spelling is a kind of learning by itself. Okay, so like for instance, the first one is a lizard has. Now I'm going to give you 4 options where one option is correct. Choose the correct one and put the entire option in the chat box. Don't write ABCD like ABC or 1, 2, 3, 4. The options are not numbered. So it's not option A, B or C or D. You have to write the full answer with, copy the full answer, full correct answer with the correct